Is AI finally killing off SEO? Let me give you a scenario. You've been working really hard on your website, you've been studying SEO, you've been getting up the ranking, you've been doing as best you can. Then you start seeing some very scary headlines about the death of SEO, about AI completely wiping out any work you've done on SEO. Is it true? And if it is true, what can you do about it? I'll tell you what you can do about it. Let's do this. Intro music. A recent study by Evercore analysts highlighted that among the people they asked, the number of people that use ChatGPT as their primary search thing has risen from 1% to 8%. That doesn't sound big, but it's pretty significant. Oh no!
AI is transforming SEO rather than killing it.
AI won't kill SEO, but it will change it. So stick around to find out how those changes are happening and what you can do about it. Before we get started properly, just to let you know, in this episode, I'm going to use the phrase AI as like a catch-all, largely to mean LLMs, large language models, like ChatGPT, Claude, all the other ones. So, yeah, I know you can be fussy about how accurate I'm being, but just remember, AI, catch-all term for now. I don't want to get into much more detail than that. Okay. Let's confront the biggest fear first. Is AI going to take traffic away from your website? Probably. Is AI going to kill SEO? No. The rise of AI and people asking AI questions instead of using Google search is going to take traffic away from Google. You're probably speaking to GPT instead of using Google search, and if you're not, you're in an increasingly small minority of people. So this change to AI as a method of looking for information is here. We can't hide it. And that means the method that people are using to look for information is changing. And you might need to do something to roll with those changes, as has always been the case. Let's not forget that SEO has been an evolving beast. It's very different now to when I started doing it 27 years ago. So we can't hide from these changes. We've got to do something about it. Or have we? Have we really? Generally, there are some core precepts to SEO that have never changed, and I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. When these seismic shifts happen in the world of digital marketing, especially in the world of SEO, I think it's quite important to keep a positive mindset. And I'm not just saying, oh, woo-woo, just look for the best in everything. No. Really look for the opportunity, because whenever anything like this happens in SEO, you can guarantee that a lot of your competitors probably aren't as well prepared for it as you are. So don't think of it as annoying changes that you've got to adapt to. Think of it as new opportunities to exploit. What's going to change? How can you make sure you're at the front of the queue? If SEO is really about making sure your company gets found before anyone finds your competitors, this is just another opportunity to get to the front of the queue. This happened when SERP features came about. When Google started putting bits of information, pulling them straight from your website. I remember at the time, a lot of people in SEO were very opposed to that. They were very cross because a lot of business owners were ringing them up and go, do you know what? Google's stopping people from even getting to our websites now. The really smart people in SEO just went, roll with it. This is an opportunity to exploit. Let's make sure we are on there. Let's make sure our clients are found in SERP features, right there in search results. So if Google's going to be referring fewer people to your website, why do you even need to bother having a website? Well, something I keep telling people when they ask me about the death of SEO and the rise of AI is, where do you think AI is going to get the information from? It's probably going to get it from your website. Not probably. Now, look at this graph. This is a graph from a massive chunk of research carried out by Bright Local. So look at this graph. It's the result of a survey looking at where ChatGPT gets its information from. Surprise, surprise, ChatGPT is more reliant on your website than Google is. Let's just pause. Let's just have a bit of gravity on that revelation. ChatGPT is more reliant on your website for information about you, your products, your services, and your company than Google is. So, does that mean SEO is more important than it's ever been? Not really. Probably not. I mean, if you're trying to draw a line of how important SEO is or isn't over a long period of time, then you probably ought to find a better hobby. Don't worry too much about whether it's better or not. It's just there. It's a fact. It's truth. GPT, and therefore other LLMs, other AIs, are going to your website to learn about you. So Yeah, you do need a website. You really do. This graph isn't a huge shock to anyone in the SEO industry. We see things like this all the time. We're always looking for trends. We're looking for things that change and trying to get not so much ahead of the curve, but ride it like some kind of crazy surfer of data and stuff. One of the key findings in this Bright Local research is that business websites take up the lion's share of search sources. Business websites make up to 58% of all local search sources in GPT, followed by business mentions at just 27% and directories at 15%. This is interesting. I've argued several times in the past that business directories are useful for not a lot. They're useful for local citations. They're useful for getting found in old-fashioned ways. But what this Bright Local research shows is that AI is looking at those directories. So, job number one, make sure you're up to date on any directory you're on. We don't want misinformation. So, what have you got to do to survive and thrive in the age of AI search?
That depends.
Not really. Do nothing. Don't create a new strategy. Every bit of practice that we know works and is effective for SEO is pretty evenly mirrored in the world of AI search. Keep doing good stuff. For about a year now, when I do public speaking or speak to business groups about SEO, I get asked the same question at the end. What can you do to prepare for AI? And I don't know how I could make this any clearer. Just keep doing good stuff. I always give the same answer when people ask how they can rank better in Google or other search engines. Do good stuff. SEO is all about making sure search crawlers have a clear and accurate picture of how excellent your business is. It's no different for AI. Sorry for disrupting the podcast for a minute, but I've got a special offer for you. We're going to give you a free website audit. Look, if you go to yeseo.io/audit, you'll find out more. Could be the start of something good. Could be the start of something special. Could be, well, probably the easiest thing you could do today. Right, thank you. Back with the show. Back on with the show. Look, if you don't believe me, I thought you could probably do with getting a second opinion. So here's someone far smarter than I am. This is Dan Callis. Listen to what he has to say about preparing strategies for AI and SEO. Should you significantly change your SEO strategy because of AI?
Sorry. No, because if you're changing your SEO strategy based on AI, you're either been doing it wrong in the first place or you're about to do it wrong. If you're doing SEO properly, things like AI overviews just use the same stuff as schema. And these people promoting it with this idea of like, oh, the game's changed, what are you going to do? My favourite thing to do on LinkedIn when I see people do these sort of aimless SEO is dead, AI is here posts, I like to ask them what AI is actually going to do and what their answer to the problem is, because people are selling fear without a solution. And there is no solution, because much like when rich snippets came along or voice search came along, it's still using the same signals, which is having good content, having good technical structure, researching your market and understanding what to optimize for, and having the right technical bells and whistles to rank things. If you're not already doing that, like, you've done it wrong the whole time. And if you're about to change your strategy and go, oh, we need to do something else, and you're already doing rich snippets and good content structure, like, you're about to do it wrong. But I mean, if you want to do that, go for it, because it's less competition for me. Go yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Dan Callis. Right, there you go. So what do you do to prepare for AI? Just keep doing what you're doing anyway. Just keep being excellent. Keep perfecting. Keep improving. Keep looking at your content and thinking, is this the best version of this content it could possibly be? Is this page on my website the most helpful it could be to anyone? Is the schema or rich snippet code on my website making sure all my data and all my content is neatly categorized? Do good stuff. I want to know your opinion of what I'm telling you. Do you think I'm saying don't do anything? Or just let me know what you think of this episode. Let me know if you want more episodes like this. Let me know if I'm wrong. SEO is about black and white facts. It always is. Google tells us what their understanding of what good practice is. But but it's all open to interpretation. No one person in SEO has all the facts. No one person in SEO gets it 100% right. So I want to know your opinion. Comment below. Then, you know what? I'm going to change the way I end this episode, and I'm going to do it like this. Like and subscribe. I'd love you to like and subscribe.